Namaste Yogis, hope you all are doing well. Today I brought a very nice topic which is called Kapalbhati Pranayama for Samana Prana. So, as I always say, to be a yogi, to be a yoga practitioner, we should know all the perspective, we should know how to practice, what to bring in your daily practice, and then you will differentiate how to grow. This is very important in your practice. So today as I brought this topic about Kapalbhati Pranayama, we all are practicing Kapalbhati, but we practice it in different manner. So what happens? We don't get that proper working. So as Kapalbhati, it activates your blood circulation, it activates your internal body, but have you ever been noticed the glow? What we talk about, the ojas or tejas, they shine. And basically for your information, Kapalbhati brings a lot of glow on your forehead. Why does it happen? There is a reason, the science behind it. So as I always advise, we should practice according to science, the law of science. If there is any science, means the practice is better. What happens when you practice Kapalbhati? As in yogic world, we believe there are 5 pranas, 5 sub-pranas, means 5 are main. They are regulating everything, all the energy work, different workings of those 5 main pranas. They also have their 5 sub-pranas, which have little working, little area, means the area is less, that's all. So as I'm talking about Samana Prana, so Samana Prana, it resides on your Manipura chakra. So if you have ever been noticed, the solar plexus area, and if you're a healer with yoga, you also go for healing and you practice those healing workouts. You would find after practicing Kapalbhati, there is a very interesting work on your Manipur chakra. So it's all interrelated. So please stay tuned, watch the video fully, you will get a lot of information. So I will come back on my topic, Samana Prana. So Samana Prana is responsible for any movement to increase blood circulation, to digest your food, to get hungry, a good appetite, and of course there is a system in our body. The food is for energy. I will not go on what kind of food we should intake, but yes, which is easy, which is light food, which is good for our system. So Samana Prana, it may disturb with your practice. So first let me show you proper functioning of Kapalbhati, because this is important. If your Kapalbhati is not going to be in a proper manner, in a proper sequence, means Samana Prana will be disturbed, and there are a lot of chances it happens. In my experience, I have seen people after teaching, I would say thousands of students, people, I haven't noticed that Samana Prana was disturbed, and even they don't know. They don't know that they were not practicing properly. And as they started to practice proper, they started to do it in a good way. They were like better results. So for Samana Prana, I would say if you kneel on the floor, I would say Vajrasana, we all know Thunderbolt. So Thunderbolt is very effective for practicing Kapalbhati. So whenever you are practicing Kapalbhati Pranayama, please hold Vajrasana. The reason is you will see the core, your abdomen area will be more relaxed. You will find big space. But this is important. First you maintain your pose. Secondly, when you are holding Kapalbhati, use the hand mudra. The energy will reflect on your arms. Why I'm talking about this? Because the pranic level, when it activates, it has that specific flow to work on those parts. And even it may be your meditation, because pranayama and meditation, they are close by. Third practice, to activate if your samana prana was disturbed and you have disturbance in your abdominal area, you feel that working is not good or proper, you are not having proper appetite, something related with liver, these are the symptoms to recognize your samana prana is disturbed. So how to activate? Now we are talking about the pose. You're already in Kapalbhati. Please maintain your proper pose. You're straight. You'll take one breath and please make sure when you exhale, you will make those strokes. So you have to use your abdominal muscles, internal oblique, external oblique. Why? When you will use your muscles, you will start to squeeze them. First, there will be good toning on the abdominal area. Secondly, this Samana prana, which is asleep, which is not active, so it would function properly. So if my posture is not proper, I'm sitting in different ways, means energy is not flowing properly. So first, which is the basic of any yogic practice, to maintain your pose, means you're allowing your energy, which is science, that you're allowing this panel to work smoothly, to work properly. And then you may feel to use Dhyana Mudra. Now to inhale deeply, which is called Purak. Purak is a Sanskrit word, means to take in or inhale deeply. And exhalation will be longer with your strokes. So please take a deep breath with the nasal. I would say it does not matter how many strokes, more results, but proper functioning. And to check, I want to make sure that you're practicing properly. How would you check? You may put one hand on the navel chakra and try it. It's a part of healing. You can heal this area. You have any stomach aching, you feel not well, you feel a lot of pressure, maybe some gases or something, constipation, you're constipated, so you can heal by yourself. Our hands, they are naturally built for healing. We can be good healers. And in yoga, as I'm talking about the energy, so energy, it reflects on those areas. Automatically you're practicing pranayama, the energy is on your palms, if you know. So at the same time, I would highly recommend to heal yourself. So what you need to do, you're maintaining your pose, you're not changing the posture, you're giving proper toning. During exhalation, you start to heal, and you will find Manipur chakra will be open, Samana prana which was disturbed, it will come with that force because you're giving that proper flow. So let's try. So this time if we go for long working, more strokes, same working. First a pose, one inhalation. Also one thing I observe, when people they don't practice properly, they take a lot of pressure on their throat. Means here you will feel that they are trying to hold their breath. No, this is our body, it's a tool. So it's up to you how we use it. And as nicely we open up the lungs, as nicely we are practicing, the lungs will be at ease. So there is a function, the air or prana is going to your diaphragm, to the lungs, and through this windpipe, there's a big pipe. So it is made for that. So I see when people they do Kapalbhati, they do this mistake. they try to use the throat. No need to. No need to make it squeeze. Keep it at rest. You're only using your windpipe. So just exhale, exhale. It's coming through your nasal. It's going to your system and easy. With Kapalbhati, you're contracting the areas. That's all. One more time, let me show you proper. So after that, there is no confusion. Means your working is proper and then you are getting results. And as Samana prana, you should read about that. As much information you will get, it's better because yoga is about practice. 99% practical and 1% theory. But that theory is also very important because if we don't have proper guidance, we don't have proper information, we will not get proper results. So this is why we practice in a proper frame. So let me show you properly. You pose mudra, one inhalation, as many strokes you do, 10, 15, 30, 50, 100, above 100, same working. You are using your muscles. That's very important. So hope you enjoyed. This was especially for those who are practicing Kapalbhati, but small things, they have a meaning, they matter. And in yoga world, it's very important to practice properly. If you like, please don't hesitate to press that like button. Put your comments. It's always nice to ask questions because when we ask questions, the answers, they will come and then we can change, we can imply. So, and then please share the video to those yoga practitioners. It should reach to those people. They are practicing and they want that change. They want to get results better. And thank you for watching. Namaste.